There are 63,000 embryos at a repopulation facility, one day after the disaster that caused humanity's extinction, but no human residents. The mother robot, whose primary purpose is to raise the new human population, is preparing to birth the first human being following the event. She opens the canisters housing the embryos, removes the first one, and inserts it in the gestation chamber. In the artificial womb, the embryo will develop into a baby in just 24 hours. Mother sits patiently while bombs are heard outside the facility. Once the fetus has grown into a newborn, mother can begin parenting the child as a human. The film's next section depicts the child's whole developmental stage. The baby is seen taking its first steps, laughing and crying, running around and playing, all while mother watches. Baby quickly grows into a little girl, building origami creatures with her mother, doing ballet, and placing stickers on the robot. One day, the child questions mother about why there aren't any more children, and mother takes her to the embryo room to show her the rest of her siblings. The repopulation facility presently has one resident, 13,867 days after the incident occurred. Daughter is already a teen. She wakes up and watches a few videos on her tablet while eating breakfast. Mother enters and her hand begins to glitch, so daughter insists on inspecting it. Daughter effortlessly repairs her mother's faulty hand. Later, daughter gets carried away with her ballet practice and arrives late for her ethics session with mother. The robot asks her to handle a challenging hypothetical problem, but the girl is preoccupied with her thoughts. When she eventually has a conversation with mother about the matter, it becomes clear that mother's primary focus in her teaching is the concept of humanity and survival. Mother is concerned about how she responds to this issue because daughter has a crucial exam coming up soon that will indicate the effectiveness of her upbringing. Daughter has difficulties sleeping that night, so she watches some videos until the facility's electricity goes off. She begins hunting for mother, but quickly discovers she is also out of power. Then daughter discovers a broken electrical line and hears a mouse running around. She creates a trap and uses her powers to solve the problem. Daughter captures the mouse while she waits for the power to return completely. Mother awakens as soon as the power is turned on. She finds daughter, who shows her the mouse. The little critter alarms mother since it could indicate a breach in the facility's airlock. That means that the virus from the outside air may leak inside, and the mouse may also be a carrier. Despite daughter's protests, mother incinerates the mouse, stressing how serious contamination of the facility may be for not only her, but also the embryos. Mother also disinfects the airlock and isolates the area. A few days later, they celebrate daughter's birthday, and mother presents her with a gift. During daughter's birthday supper, she asks mother if it is possible that she is mistaken about the planet's habitability. The robot just reminds her that she has not been wrong about anything thus far. The following night, daughter hears something coming from the airlock. Daughter goes to check, and when she doesn't see anything through the first hatch, she puts on her protective gear. She hears something outside again and, against her better judgment, removes the mask and opens the first hatch. Daughter approaches the other hatch when she hears a woman scream for aid, claiming she has been shot. Daughter swiftly fetches another suit, places it in the airlock, and unlocks it once she's safely out. Suddenly, an alarm sounds, waking mother as well. The woman enters the airlock, and daughter instructs her to put on the suit. However, the woman begs her not to inform mother. Daughter agrees, and when the robot arrives, she claims she only opened the hatch for a second. Mother scolds her and, as a kind of punishment, decides to administer the vital exam at that time. In the following image, both are in the classroom, and mother is giving daughter the exam, which she has an hour to finish while she does other things. As soon as mother departs, daughter returns to the airlock and discovers the woman unconscious. She goes through her bag, finds a gun, tucks it away, and awakens her up. Daughter says she'll give her all the medicine she needs, but they can't stay there. The mother notices the water and begins to remove her mask, informing daughter that she has been misled about the infection. Daughter manages to hide her in another part of the facility before mother returns to the airlock and leaves the woman there to retrieve the medicine. While gathering her belongings from the infirmary, mother discovers the mask near the airlock. When daughter hears mother going by, she breaks one of the prescription bottles and cuts herself with it. The woman removes the rest of the suit and discovers mother burning the mask in the incinerator, panicking out and looking for her revolver. When daughter returns, the woman creeps up behind her and demands for her gun, describing the droid she saw. Daughter claims it's her mother, but the woman informs her that droids like her mother were the ones who hurt her. Meanwhile, mother notices daughter isn't taking her exam and goes seeking for her. When the mother hears her coming, she gets the gun, and when daughter pleads for the robot, she snatches her as well. Mother rushes toward them, and as soon as she reaches the room, the woman shoots her. Mother, however, arrives before she can cause any significant damage and immediately incapacitates her. Daughter begs her not to harm the woman and tells her she needs their help because she has been hurt. Mother has no problem assisting the woman, but she does have a problem with daughter lying to her. They take her to the infirmary, but mother makes her wait outside. Because daughter cannot hear anything from the infirmary, mother can freely interrogate the woman while treating her. The woman declines penicillin for her wound as mother continues to converse. She claims the contagion narrative was a necessary falsehood to protect daughter from certain things. Mother informs the woman that her primary goal is to care for humanity, but if she refuses treatment for her wound, mother can do nothing to force her to accept it. Daughter follows her out of the infirmary, curious about their chat. Mother puts the pistol aside and tells her story about the droids. She explains why she had to lie to daughter to protect her from the horrors outside the facility. Furthermore, she claims that the parameters that regulate her differ from those of the droids outside. Daughter struggles to digest the new information, but she still believes mother when she says that if the woman had shot her a few millimeters more, she would have destroyed her CPU. As mother administers to daughter's hand wound, she wonders whether the woman indicated any other survivors who could benefit from her collaboration. Daughter believes the woman is more likely to listen to her than mother. Later, she searches through her suitcase and discovers a book with portraits painted in it among other treasures. Daughter flicks through the portrait book and selects one that she finds very interesting. She walks to the infirmary to chat to the woman and inquires about the patients. The woman's skepticism of mother is also evident in her interaction with daughter, as she believes it told her to search through her belongings and question her. She is not wrong, mother did push the girl into doing so, and daughter was simply intrigued enough about the woman to be susceptible to such manipulation. When the woman informs her about all the terrible things the droids have done, the daughter stands firm and defends her mother. Following the conversation with the woman, daughter discovers mother fixing herself. She apologizes to her for allowing the woman in without considering the implications. Mother, as always, is empathetic and lets her to ask any questions she has concerning the similarities between her and the other droids. Daughter's queries feel like barbs, but mother dodges them all and learns a few things from her in return. Finally, daughter informs mother that the woman's condition is worsening. They both go to see her, and mother informs the woman that she waited too long to take the penicillin, therefore she now needs surgery, or her illness will worsen. The woman refuses to let mother to touch her, so daughter volunteers to conduct the surgery instead. Daughter may then be seen inspecting the wound and telling mother where the bullet has lodged in the woman's body. She believes that drilling into the bullet is the best approach to extract it. However, the woman opposes anesthetic, which would be extremely unpleasant for her. She can barely get through daughter washing her wound. The mother turns her head as daughter enters with the drill, calmly executing the process and extracting the bullet. After that, she loses control and vomits. Later, daughter waits for the woman to wake up after passing out from pain. When she does, daughter explains that her 4 is a saline solution, which soothes her slightly. She gives the woman some food, which she practically devours before thanking the girl for what she did for her. They continue to converse and bond as mother observes from a distance. The next day, daughter remains in the infirmary close to the mother. The woman is browsing through the photographs, and daughter sees an opportunity to inform her that they may place the survivors in the facility if she tells them where they are. She trusts the girl but not the droid, and instructs daughter to keep whatever information she learns about the individuals a secret. When the girl agrees, the woman describes the camp in the mines where she spent the most of her life. Then she informs her that she came to the facility to escape the droids that had slain her stepbrother. She shows daughter his and his wife's photographs in her book and tells her that his parents nurtured her as their own after she was orphaned. When the daughter inquires about the portrait of the child she saw previously, the woman informs her that he is around her age. The girl insists on bringing the survivors there, but the lady offers her a safer alternative: join her and the others in the mines. Mother stops their chat and informs daughter that the woman has to relax while she completes her exam. As the two of them leave the infirmary, Mother informs her that the bullet discharged in her chest is the same as the one daughter recovered from the wounded woman. Droids do not use the same type of gun, therefore Mother implies that another human may have shot the woman, probably for good reason. That information worries the daughter, but she refuses to reveal the woman's secret. Daughter's key exam is based on psychological and ethical questions that assess both her judgment and empathy. Meanwhile, Mother digs through the woman's belongings and activates a locator, which she will return to the bag. The physical and medical portions of the exam are the final two parts. Once completed, Mother informs daughter that her results are better than before. As a reward, she allows her to select an embryo from the group and finally have a sibling, as she has always desired. Mother praises her for being patient over the years and exhibiting strong character. Daughter selects a male embryo and inserts it into the gestation chamber, setting the timer for 24 hours until the kid is fully formed. Mother and daughter share a pleasant moment together. When daughter arrives in the infirmary to confront her, the woman prepares a weapon. The woman immediately makes her doubt Mother's tale about the bullet, persuading her to investigate for herself. Later that night, daughter grabs Mother's shattered hand and uses it to open the cabinets that contain the bullets. When daughter compares the bullets side by side, she discovers that they are radically different sizes and that Mother lied to her. While still in the storage room, she discovers a drawer with no label. Inside, she finds documentation labeled for embryo number 2. Daughter examines the embryo containers and realizes she is not the first, but rather the third child born from that batch. The paperwork claimed that the subject was a failure, although the youngster in the photograph resembles daughter when she was younger. Daughter also checks the incinerator for human remains and discovers a human jawbone among the ash. The document subject is marked as aborted. All of this information shatters daughter's world, and she returns to talk to the woman, acknowledging that she was correct about everything. The woman tells daughter that everything she feels is natural and human, as opposed to Mother, who does not feel anything for her because she cannot. Daughter asks how long it will take them to get to the mines, as she has decided to accompany her there. However, the girl wishes to wait for her brother to fully gestate so that she can take him as well. She is terrified not just of leaving him with Mother, but also of the others. The mother assures her that they can leave and find aid from the mine workers, but daughter is determined on taking her brother with her. They'll wait for him, then return for the others later. The next day, daughter is packing the supplies for their journey when Mother notices her. She lies to her that she is carrying the items to spend time with her brother, so Mother brings her to the kitchen to demonstrate how to create his formula. Daughter seems concerned while standing next to Mother, who calms her by telling her that she will make an excellent sister. Then she exits the kitchen and locks daughter in because she knows what she's doing. Mother walks to the infirmary to face the woman, while daughter attempts to leave the kitchen. The girl immediately figured out how to utilize a type of gas to freeze and then break the glass. Meanwhile, Mother plays a recording of the woman's discussion with daughter, informing her that she is aware of their plans. Mother does not want daughter to live a horrible life like the mother and refuses to let her go. Suddenly, the woman sees an opportunity to attack and temporarily incapacitates the droid, but she continues on, seizing her by the throat. Meanwhile, daughter decides to sound the fire alarm, which draws Mother's attention and causes her to release the woman from her clutches. As the robot investigates the likelihood of a fire, the lady escapes and discovers daughter in the facility's maze. She persuades the girl that they will return for the others if they leave the facility and recruit miners to assist them. They make it to the airlock, but Mother discovers them quickly. When the woman sees her approaching, she takes daughter hostage in order to force Mother to unlock the door. Mother, with no intention of hurting daughter, agrees to her desire, and the two of them eventually escape the facility. Daughter is suddenly struck with the horrors of life outdoors, and she strikes the mother. She subdues her and informs daughter that they must find cover. As they proceed toward their target, the droids immediately track them down, but they hide in the cornfield to prevent them from following. When the daughter inquires about the cornfield, the woman informs her that it appeared with the other robots 6 months earlier. Previously, humans struggled to breathe the air. After a long journey over the barren countryside, they arrive to a beach with a large shipwreck and tons of cargo containers. This is daughter's first time viewing the water. She quickly realizes that the woman is actually living in one of the containers with a dog. The woman admits that she departed the mines years ago because the people who lived there began mistreating each other when hunger struck. She informs daughter that there is no prospect of locating them because they have all gone insane. Daughter is shocked by the gloom of the woman's life outside and feels awful about leaving her brother behind. Despite the woman's best efforts to persuade her to stay, daughter eventually abandons her and returns to the facility alone. When she approaches the facility, the droids defending it point their weapons squarely at her heart. However, when daughter asks to speak with mother, they let her pass without incident. The door opens, allowing her to enter, and she instantly disables it to prevent the droids from entering. Daughter gets an axe and begins hunting for mother when she hears her brother crying and mother telling her that she is relieved to have her safe at home. When the girl looks at mother and the child, she decides she wants to see him up close. Mother tells her to approach but leave the axe behind. Daughter continues to let down her guard as mother describes her and the facility's mission. The droid informs her that her goal was to create a better person, one that was superior to those who destroyed both the world and themselves. Even though she was ultimately responsible for creating the extinction event, mother did everything she could to elevate her human creators to a higher level. Daughter requests to hold her brother and approaches mother, then finally drops the axe, as if she has decided what needs to be done in the future. Mother declares him perfect, and daughter confronts her about how she treated the other children before her. The droid informs her that she is holding the infant too tightly and approaches her as daughter exits the room, locking mother behind the door. She enters the other compartment and retrieves the gun as the other droids begin to break down the airlock. Mother attempts to free herself from the door as well, but daughter appears in front of her with the revolver, urging her to call the others off. The droid explains that she is identical to the rest of the planet's droids and robots. They are all mother, a single consciousness manifesting in multiple bodies. Daughter lowers her gun, recognizing that mother did kill all of the other victims. Mother gives her the option of staying with her and raising her brother, or leaving the facility without him. Daughter offers her a third option: she can care for him on her own, as she was accustomed to. Daughter asks mother for a chance to demonstrate her abilities, and the droids cease breaking down the airlock. Mother instructs daughter on how to disable her, and she shoots her CPU after stating that she will no longer need her. Daughter breaks down and sobs, carrying all of humanity on her back. Simultaneously, the woman discovers the tracker in her luggage, and mother appears at her home in the form of one of her droids. She informs the mother that she has achieved her goal, meaning that she was one of the infants born before daughter. Daughter is seen singing to her brother in the film's final scene before checking on the rest of her brothers in the embryo chamber.